Good afternoon. My name is Leslie Williams and I'm in San Diego, California, and I'm just going to fly right into the reason why I'm making this particular video. Now, I'm a target of what is known as organized stalking, which is also called gang stalking. You can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids to see the factual reality that an individual in Santa Cruz was covered on the news in reference to him being a gang stalking target. Listen carefully and slowly to every single statement that he makes in reference to how he is harassed everywhere he goes, even at his home. Now, in order for me to be able to help you understand what I'm about ready to transfer to you from two separate digital tape recorders, I need to explain to you exactly what the evidence is that is on both of these tape recorders. As a result of being a target of what is known as organized stalking, which is also termed as gang stalking, and make no mistake about it, it's not stalking by gangs. Organized stalking and gang stalking is a systematic form of control, posted, perpetrated, and protected by individuals, organized crime in the system. I'm in San Diego, California, and the following is an example of what sensitization is, and that is a method of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. And it is as follows. Now, and you can actually Google this by the nature and theme of what they did to this particular girl. And here it goes. With this particular individual, what they did was they had this girl raped. And as they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth during the rape. Then on subsequent days, including even up to 45 days straight after the rape, every single day, the perpetrators who had her raped and even engaged in the rape had socks thrown across this girl's path everywhere she went when she was out and about in the community. They also, since they have power positions in the community, they also had the ability to be able to solicit business employees to walk up to her when she was like in a business like, let's just say Walmart as an example. And as a result of what is known as the community notification, they would be able to get business employees to walk up to her when she was in any business to hand her a package of socks and say, "Did you forget these?" The whole goal for them was to form an association between an extremely traumatic event and two socks, as a result of the socks being shoved in her mouth as she was being raped. On subsequent days right after the rape, for 45 days in a row, everywhere she went, the perpetrators, and as a result of them having power positions in the community, were able to solicit community members to get along her path, to throw socks along her path. This is not to imply that everybody who did it knew that she was raped, because most people in the community that are engaged in gang stalking, for one, don't even know what they're doing is gang stalking, or they do not know that this woman has been raped. In order to get the community at large to engage in harassment towards a target, they're usually told a lie about a target, including by a person who's got a real badge or a fake badge, and a bogus criminal investigation file is also deliberately and intentionally created in order to be able to present that bogus criminal investigation file about the girl, combine it with a badge, whether it be real or fake, and then that's how they approach community members and try to imply that this girl is a sociodeviant in some kind or a criminal, and then they lie to them not only about that, but they lie to them about how the excuse to get them to harass her for them is based on the fact that they're trying to imply that we're trying to run this individual out of town as a result of things that they're involved in, which they're really not. Go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Now, in order to be able to form the association with the sock to the rape, they had to be able to commit the rape and then make sure that they shoved socks in her mouth as she was being raped. As a result, the socks became mentally associated to a traumatic event. And then the disassociation that was created as a result of the traumatization, and then every time they got along her path and threw socks along her path or presented to her socks like at businesses, her mind would go right back to that disassociated state as a result of being reminded about the trauma. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. So what they basically do is traumatize a woman deliberately, and then as a result, post-traumatic stress is created, and then what they do is reinforce it. Because what they're attempting to do is every time she's presented with the socks, the brain is reminded about the event and goes right back to the disassociated state in reference to the traumatic event that produced this disassociated state. and the socks were used as a stimulation to stimulate that neural pathway and that brain state. And this is the heinous nature of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. So what they're doing with me is that they literally have been getting around me and repeating the name gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my God, gang stalker, oh my God, gang stalking. Because as a result of me being traumatized in multiple different ways, when these traumatizations were occurring, oh my God was being said, okay? And then when they seen through cyber surveillance that I was deconstructing how they operated, they wanted to make sure that these disassociated states, that the oh my God statement was connected to, because they can sensitize you not just to socks through association, but to words and phrases as well. Okay, you know how like when you hear your favorite song, you're like say if you got married in like 1990, you fell in love, and when you were falling in love, you and your spouse committed, you picked a song that was like you and his song, okay? And every time you heard that song, you'd be brought back to a memory. That's association. The song is considered as the stimulant in reference to it stimulating the memory because of the association that is formed to the song, okay? So what they'll do is create a trauma and associate something to the trauma, a word, a phrase, a physical object, or a physical gesture, okay? And then what they'll do is use community members in the community to get around a target as a result of tracking and surveilling a target every day. They basically put people along a target's route everywhere they go, every single day, to remind them about the traumatization by repeating the thing that will stimulate the memory, because certain things have been associated to the memory deliberately, okay, just like the socks. And so what they're doing with me, they've seen that I was deconstructing how they work, okay, but for the longest time I did not know how they worked. And since I was experiencing the organized stalking harassment along all my routes, being presented constantly with the stimulation that would stimulate the memories of the trauma, then I found out about gang stalking, okay, and then so I associated that word to the crimes that were happening to me, okay, for the longest time, okay. Then I started deconstructing how they work, which demystified and deconstructed the illusions and the deceit that is attached to the psychological warfare, okay? And as a result, my brain has been able to make more sense of it, and I'm not as fearful as I was before I was able to deconstruct it. So what they're doing is trying to keep me in that disassociated state by getting around me and saying gang stalker and gang stalking, because they know that that word was formed to the association of these traumatic events as a result of additional words being paired with it, like oh my God. Then they'll say gang stalker. See, because what you got to understand here is that when a person's being traumatized and they associate a word or a phrase like oh my God, just like the socks and the rape were, what they'll do then is, as they're saying oh my God around me, they'll also say gang stalker to make me remember that it was the campaign that traumatized me, and they want to keep the association to the campaign by repeating the name of the crime, okay? So when they say oh my God, I'm brought back right to the memory of the trauma, and as that's happening, they're anchoring another word to the association, gang stalker and gang stalking, in order to stimulate the memory and to stimulate me back to a disassociation. It's just like a Vietnam vet when he comes back from the Vietnam War, when he was over there and he was in the midst of a really bad gun battle, he'd hear helicopters in the air, okay? And those helicopters became associated to a life-threatening situation that was producing anxiety, depression, disassociation. So then once he left Vietnam, comes back to America, and every time he hears a helicopter, he's brought right back to the memories, the disassociation, because it's called post-traumatic stress. So here I am going to show you right now a picture of my cell phone. And this is the reason why I'm doing it, because of what today's date is. Okay? Today's date is 5/19/2013, and I'm showing you this for a reason. Okay? Because on this digital tape recorder right here, I have audio file of me being on a trolley. And oh my God, gang stalker, oh my God, stalker is constantly being said around me on 5/19/2012. 5/19/2012. Today's date is 5/19/2013. Now, as a result of me also having this tape recorder, I was able to tape the same exact tactic being utilized towards me at UCSD Club Med restaurant. that is right up practically the same pathway as the biomedical library, where I was gang stalked on a feverish scale for almost a year, and then eventually banned as a result of a staged incident they staged because I was exposing them online, and they knew it because cyber surveillance is a method of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. So what I'm going to do is I got these are earphones right here. They have earbuds, okay? And I'm literally right now plugging them in and turning down the volume so it doesn't blast, because the earbuds are taped to this video camera, as you can see, okay? And this is the whole entire, this is the earphones, and the earbuds to the earphone are taped to the microphone of this video camera. I want you to listen to what's on file 92, and this is in reference to the date, 5/16, okay, as you can clearly see, 5/16/2013. I'm trying to situate this so you can clearly see it. 5/16/2013 is the date, okay? At 10:34 a.m., it's about almost a 5-minute audio file. I want you to listen to how many times you hear, "Oh my God, gang stalker. Oh my God, gang stalking. Oh my God," being said inside the Club Med restaurant on 5/16/2013, which was just 3 days ago. Listen carefully. So many times gang stalking, oh my God, I said in here, I would caught it on audio file. It was literally said in the previous audio file. As soon as I opened the door, and I predicted it before I walked in the door as I was locking up my bike. They just said it. Okay, I'm in UCSD Club Med. I missed bus route 150. So that's a gang stalk. Oh okay, sorry, that's the wrong audio file. It's supposed to be audio file number 92. I apologize for that. Here it is right here. 92, file number 92, on the same date, 5/16/2013 at 10:31 a.m. I apologize for that. This is the Club Med harassment of them saying, "Oh my God, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my God," repeatedly. Listen closely to it. See right here, oh my God, gang stalker, oh my God, weird, crazy, gang stalk, Club Med, 5/16/2013, the time is exactly, by my watch, this audio recorder is 5 minutes behind. My watch is saying it's 11:39 p.m. Being stuck, oh my god. Okay, now this is the Sony tape recorder of me being on the 28 bus route on May 19th, 2012, which is a year ago today, after I went and did my laundry. Listen to how you hear the same exact tactic. You'll see the date as soon as I start pressing play. Okay, now listen. It's on the Green Line trolley. I mean, it's either on the Green Line trolley or 28 bus. Just listen. Same tactic. Oh my god, gang stalker. Oh my god, gang stalking. And stalker. Today's date?
Today's date?
Yeah.
I think the 19th.
19th? Okay, thanks. This is the Green Line, right?
Yeah.
that, Bonds? One over there by Liberty Station.
Yeah, that's where I work at.
Marina Linda Vista is next.
You're like, oh, it's open. No, we're not even going. This is fun.
Marina Linda Vista. Next station, Fashion Valley Transit Center. Fashion Valley Transit Center is next.
Okay, if that don't prove to you this crime's not happening towards me in San Diego, California, I don't know what would. Now, I can't get no help because this is organized crime in the system. Go to YouTube and type in 2/2013 learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting consent to harass. An individual on a corner that was standing there as a result of me being on the bus. I looked up an address to the t-shirt shop off of Midway Street in San Diego, California at the North University San Diego Public Library. Organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions do engage in cyber surveillance. So they seen I looked up that address, and through the stalking and tracking, they seen what bus route I was going to be on. Okay? Now, when I got on the bus to go catch the bus to go to that t-shirt shop, I asked the bus driver what is the last bus stop I need to get off at in order to go to Midway Midway Street. He pointed it out. I got off the bus, got my bike off the bus, rode the bike to the intersection in order to be able to push the button to wait for the light to turn. And as I got to that intersection, an individual was standing on a corner and he was gaslighting me. I said, you guys are all the same because they harass you in the same way, just like you just heard, okay? So I said, but not in that case. They were using physical gestures on this day, or he was. So I said, you guys are all the same. I go, who put you on this corner? And as soon as I was saying that, while he was gaslighting me, a San Diego police officer pulled up to the light and did a U-turn in front of us, and he gaslighted me. So I go, was it that guy? He said, yeah. I go, you got to be kidding me. A San Diego police officer put you on this corner? He said, yeah. I go, okay, then what was his name? He goes, Steve. Ah. Go to YouTube also and type in learning disabled woman catches a gang stalker, admitting consent to harass, read comments. Cross-reference that published date to the statements concerning what the 3 teenagers admitted to, and then look in the description of that YouTube video. There's another YouTube title that you can copy and paste into YouTube to watch a video showing me describing what I was putting up with also along my routes. I made that video at a bus stop on December 5th, almost 2 full months before I caught the 3 teenagers admitting they were put on the bus that I was already on to engage in what I described in that video. Plus, there's also another video, and that video is titled see if I can find it really fast. I just saw it here a second ago. That video is titled PICT0031, and it was made in November 11th, 2011, showing me making a video on USD campus stating that I was putting up with the same exact tactic by USD library staff and people coming in and acting as students. Almost 3 months before I caught the teenagers admitting to what they admitted to as a result of them being deliberately and intentionally put on a bus route that I was already on, which happened to be the same bus route I was assaulted on. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Look at everything in that description of that YouTube video slowly and meticulously. You'll see that I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred. Yes, and then MTS sent me an altered video. Go to Google and type in learning disabled woman exposes how MTS video was altered. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California, and thank you for listening.